It's August, and in this month's film I'm visiting my good friend and colleague Oliver Siddle, where we'll be stalking fallow deer on the borders of Ashdown Forest. How you doing, Ollie?
5 AM and I arrive at Oliver's house near Erridge. It's an unusually cold and wet morning for the middle of August. Nonetheless, excited to see a new ground, and with Ashdown Forest renowned for high numbers of deer, we steel ourselves and head out. Minutes in, and a fallow doe emerges from a nearby woodland. We glass her for a few minutes in the hope of seeing more, but she appears to be solitary, perhaps with young in tow. When stalking in pairs, it's important that only one of you carry a loaded rifle. This is important to ensure that there is no confusion over who is going to take the shot, and to ensure best practice with regard to safety. Moving on to another patch, we spy a group of distant fallow, some 350 yards off. Frustratingly, they're already onto us, and so there's little chance for stalk before they're off.
What are your thoughts, Ollie?
It's a slow morning, and so we pause to make fresh plans.
It's about typical. It's been quite a quiet morning.
It's always the way when you've got someone with you, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll move through. We'll go round into the edge of the fields, and we'll stick to some margins.
Okay.
Obviously, we've got the rain to help us a little bit, so it's muffling the noise. They've been cutting the crops in the fields, so the deer have had a bit of upset recently. So we'll move back around and we'll see what we can find around the corner.
Give it a go.
Hopefully there'll be something there.
Yeah, for sure.
With nothing happening, but with the weather set to improve later on in the day, we pause to take a closer look at our kit.
Okay, so this month we're down in Kent and we're stalking fallow deer. I'm here with Oliver Siddle. Ollie, great to see you. And thanks for joining us here today.
Pleasure.
Before we go on to talk about stalking, I want to take a closer look at the rifles and the equipment that we're using. Now, I'm using my trusty Seiko 85. It's fitted with a Swarovski scope and it's fitted with a North Star moderator. Now, Ollie, I noticed something different about your setup, and it's this on the end here that I'm particularly interested in. I think it's a muzzle brake, am I right?
You are absolutely right.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I can. That's a DFM muzzle brake.
Okay.
As I said, it's on a 3006 Blaser R93, and it's a bit of an experiment that I've been trying recently.
And what can we expect from a muzzle brake that we wouldn't get from a moderator?
Well, it has absolutely and utterly no benefit when it comes to sound control.
So we need these things then?
We still need those, but what it does do is it reduces felt recoil.
Oh, interesting.
So for big heavy calibers, it should make them more pleasurable to shoot.
So, I mean, typically in the UK, we're using 270, 30-06, 308. It's going to reduce that recoil substantially, do you think?
Yes. Yes, it certainly is. Yeah.
Okay. Any other advantages to using a muzzle brake over a moderator?
Yes, I find it makes the rifle shorter and lighter, which I like for sort of woodland stalking that we've got around here.
Because this can't weigh very much at all.
No, it doesn't. It's very, very light.
Sure.
Very light.
And what about stalking abroad? I know some countries have restrictions on moderators. What about the muzzle brake?
Yeah, I mean, the muzzle brake is more acceptable. Obviously, abroad we have limits and restrictions on military ammunition and moderators, as you said. So muzzle brake is generally accepted.
But I mean, Ollie, a great alternative maybe if you're going on to continent, you're shooting boar or something like that, you've got a bigger 300 or something like that.
Absolutely.
That sort of calibre, spot on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, well, I'm fascinated to give it a go. Let's see how we get on.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got here Ollie's 30-06. This time, we haven't got the muzzle brake on. Let's remind ourselves of what the 30-06 is like with regards to recoil without any moderation. Okay, so that's the 30-06 with no muzzle brake, no moderator. Okay, so this time, same rifle, same calibre, but we've got the muzzle brake on. let's give it a try and see if we notice any difference. Now that's fascinating. That's the first time I've ever used a muzzle brake, and for me that's a substantial reduction in recoil. Ollie, can you tell us more about this? What do we actually expect from a muzzle brake like this?
Well, in broad terms, we're looking at somewhere in the region of a 50% reduction in recoil.
Very substantial then.
Yes, absolutely right. Yeah.
Well, absolutely fascinating bit of kit and well worth a try.
With the weather now much improved, we set out again in search for deer. To maximise our chances, this time we split up to take up position in 2 nearby high seats. The minutes pass, and so far Ashdown Forest is failing to live up to its reputation. However, a short time later, and I hear a distant shot which tells me Ollie has had a bit more luck than I. Anxious to see how he's got on, I climb down from my high seat and make my way over to him through some stunning countryside.
How'd you get on?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. You had some luck?
I did, yeah. Small, small fallow cricket.
Confirming Ollie has his beast, we wander over to take a look.
Well done, Ollie. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Good shooting. Just going to pop this to one side. So well done, Ollie. That muzzle brake obviously works.
It does.
So what happened?
I was sitting up in the high seat, which is just behind us, at 75 yards from where this group of deer popped over the fence. They've cleared the barbed wire fence. Picked him out as being the only buck in the group.
Sure.
He's presented a shot, and I've taken it.
Well done. I see you've got a neck shot here.
I have, yeah. Obviously, only about 75 yards away.
Yeah.
I was confident with the rifle. Obviously, we've been zeroing it. So
Yeah.
happy with that.
I don't know if you can pick that up on camera here, but Ollie's taken a nice high neck shot there. Obviously, sometimes we look for heart-lung shots, but neck shots, for if you're a capable shooter, is something that's always acceptable, especially when that animal is in quite close range. We've obviously got a pricket here, I was pleased to say.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we're middle of August, of course, so the does aren't yet in season, so that's what we're looking for, and that's why Ollie had to take a lot of care in selecting to make sure he'd got a male. Ollie, you were mentioning as we walked over, so you thought it might have some sort of injury as well.
Yeah. Just having a look at it, I noticed that there's some sort of old injury on the rear leg here. So obviously a good one to take. Looking at.
Well, it's a male, and of course it's got an injury as well.
Absolutely right.
Is this bad here?
Let's
have a look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
It's fairly bad. Obviously, animal welfare in mind.
Yeah.
It's quite important for us to.
I mean, it's obviously an old injury there, isn't it?
It is. It's healed, but bound to be causing him some discomfort. So.
Yeah. And there we are. We can see here for the camera here as well. We've got a pricket, lovely beast, really good healthy animal as well, isn't it? A real absence of ticks, no real burden or anything like that. A great one for the larder.
Excellent.
Well done, good shooting.
Thank you very much.
So that's it from Ashdown Forest. It's been a great day, and I look forward to visiting again soon. If you'd like more information about muzzle brakes, or would like to go stalking with us for fallow, then why not contact us at www.countydeerstalking.com/go stalking.